Phil, that really plays to more of a veteran driver because he's able to give more time to his crew chief to explain exactly what's going on out there. Does that hurt a young driver like Travis Pastrana, who might not know how to tell his crew chief what to do?
Well, from what Mike Ricci, his crew chief, has told me, he's really, really good with his feedback, and this is going to be a learning experience. He's held his own now. He started back on the 20th spot. Right now, he's being shown in 19th, so he's doing a great job. He's holding serve right now.
Again, out front, Derek Thorne has held serve as he's been able to lead the most laps, lead every lap since the drop of the green flag. Greg Pursley running second. Finsler, Newberry, and Mayhew are your top 5 as the field making their way through 3 and 4. Derek Thorne's had some great restarts, and once again he does it as the green flag flies.
He is on the button with that restart here, but trouble. Brennan Newberry
sideways, and Sean Case hard into the outside wall.
I think Eric Holmes got a big piece of that. Jonathan Gomez drives away. There's Eric Holmes' car on the inside of the racetrack. There's the 42 car of Taylor Kuzak. Brennan Newberry, look at all the damage to his 39 car. There's Max Gresham with a tremendous amount of damage in the 03 car.
He was the car that was pinched into the wall. The third caution coming out, a lot of damage to some great race cars. Eric Holmes, you see a lot of damage to that vehicle.
What a heartbreaker.
Three-time West champion, Eric Holmes.
So much promise for this race. Talked to him this afternoon and very, very optimistic about this race tonight.
Brennan Newberry, a lot of damage to the rear of that race car. You see Eric Holmes making his way into the infield. It's got to be great disappointment for Eric Holmes. He's won championships. He's won numerous races. He said he really wanted to win this All-Star Showdown.
Yeah, Max Gresham came out here in Dave Davis's car, and unfortunately going to be a short night for him.
2 wins in the K&N Pro Series for Max Gresham. Just 17 years old, but we're red flagged now. Take another look at what just happened. This is right after the restart.
Looks like Darrell Wallace Jr., the 6 car, gets in back of the 39 of Brennan Newberry. Sean Case with nowhere to go. Eric Holmes is being pushed into the accident just after a restart with so many cars running so close. There's Matt Kobluck, the 40 car. Here's another view of it. Watch. Second car back on the outside. Darrell Wallace Jr., the 6, is going to get back in the throttle, get into him. There's Max Gresham. He's going to be forced up into the outside wall by Sean Case. Andrew Myers in the 77 might have got a little piece of that.
Moses Smith in the 16. Right along with Darrell Wallace.
Yeah, this is the car that he's going to initiate the contact with the 39 of Brennan Newberry.
Listen to when he gets back in the throttle. It seemed like he was out of the throttle.
Yeah, just bumped him just a little bit. This is Eric Holmes. This is not going to be a good sight right here. There's a contact right up in front of him.
Nowhere to go.
Eric was being pushed from behind, and he was trying to get stopped. You could see his rear end wheel hopping as he was trying to get stopped. Like the 16 of Moses Smith. There's Travis Pastrana was able to get by.
Great job by Travis Pastrana avoiding the carnage.
Well, right into the world right there, he got turned around.
So quite a few cars running up front, damaged potentially beyond repair. There's another look coming at you in turn 1.
And it was not intentional contact at all. Darrell Wallace Jr. was just following Brennan Newberry. Watch for the 99 car. There's Travis Pastrana right on the left sides on the white line. He was able to get by before Eric Holmes came down below that white line.
Lucas Lassier in the 81 is able to slow down enough to clear the wreckage.
Look at the yellow stripe on the bumper. That's Travis Pastrana. See all the carnage up above him. He stays down below, and he gets through before Eric Holmes comes down below the white line.
Michael Self also in the 21 able to get by. Dick Berggren.
With Eric Holmes, a very disappointed Eric Holmes. Whose fault was that crash? Yeah, you know, we just were stuck on the bottom at the beginning of the race, and I couldn't get up and lost a few positions, got ourselves mired back in that. And I seen the spin, I started going low. It looked like they were all going high. In the last minute, I don't know, one of the guys must have let off the brakes, rolled down the track, and I had a guy on the inside, just nowhere to go. So, unfortunately, this was a great car here. We just got qualified, you know, stuck on the bottom there, and I just could not get back up. So the Nap Toyota will come back Phoenix in a few weeks and go for a championship.
The guy who never crashes crashed out tonight.
Thank you.
Tough break for Eric Holmes.
We can ride along with Travis Pastrana and see what it was like from his car's vantage point.
Travis was really fortunate that he was already down on the bottom of the racetrack. There's all the carnage going on above him. He just kept his head, got back on the throttle, and drove away from it. The guys that started on the outside of the line, a lot of those guys weren't quite as lucky, but they had nowhere to go. Here's Eric Holmes. This is the guy that probably got the worst end of this deal, along with Max Gresham and Brendan Newberry. See it happening right now, right in front of him. He's going to try to turn to the bottom, but then he was pushed into it. He may have been able to get by Brendan Newberry, but he had somebody behind him pushing him through this.
Moses Smith was right behind him as he was trying to get through.
And again, we're not blaming Moses Smith too. He's just trying to get stopped as well as everybody else.
Dick Berggren.
Max Gresham, what happened?
Well, it looked like a couple cars in front of me got a little bit too racy too soon, and it really just left me with nowhere to go. One of them got sideways, and I took it right in the nose. So, I mean, it's tough luck for us, and this Dave Davis Motorsports team, it's just, we had a great car, and it's just a shame we didn't make but 30 laps in this race.
Jim Trado.
Well, sometimes you make your own luck, and David Mayhew in that orange number 19 started in the 10th position, was right in the midst of that and just squeaked clear. No question his experience here at Irwindale is paying off. In 3 West Series races, top 10 finishes. The last 3 showdowns in the West Series he's raced here, also top 10 finishes. Mayhew knows how to survive, and that was a great move he made getting through that. That happened just amongst him as he's racing into turn number 2. He now rides side by side with Darrell Wallace, who was part of that. So Mayhew so far has used skill and luck to get into the top 5.
Riding along with the South Point Hotel and Casino on board, Stephen Wallace. This is his look at what just happened.
Again, another one of the cars fortunate to be on the bottom. You see him, he's going to drive down and try to make a move. Just above him, the carnage happens. He's able to get by there unscathed.
A veteran move by Travis Pastrana. You heard him get back in the gas as he saw things happening to his outside, clearing all of that wreckage so that no one would come down and hit him like they did to Eric Holmes.
We know he has no experience here, but he's a great race car driver in anything he ever does. So we know he has a good head on his shoulders, and he used it right then.
Dick Berggren, what's happening?
John Case, one of the pre-race favorites on pit road right now. Front end damage, right front in particular. Also a little bit of damage on the left front, but it doesn't look like anything terminal, and Case has just left here in a hurry.
Back out onto the racetrack. A lot of damage to the right front of that number 9 and right side for Sean Case. It's got to be very disappointing for him. His confidence was at an all-time high yesterday.
Had a great qualifying effort. Rick qualified in the 3rd spot, and he said he was going to take the trophy home, but unfortunately he's a victim of circumstances here.
Brought his family out here. 4-month-old daughter.
There's Moses Smith, his Bill McAnally team making repairs. Teammates to Eric Holmes, our 3-time champion and defending champion.
NASCAR official looking at that. I guess you could call it a front bumper.
What's left of a front bumper.
Yeah. Eric Holmes is number 20 as they're cutting sheet metal off of that race car.